put out a video saying, that was going to be live. I don't know if you saw that the other day. I put out a video saying, if you see this, I'm going to be live today at this time. I did that on Tuesday.
I didn't get it. Sometimes I don't.
And so I forgot to do that.
Okay, I got to put this off. Okay.
Today is a big mentorship day, like Mondays and Fridays. I do a lot of mentorship, so I was back to back to back. And so, hi, Jen. Hello, Delis. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank y'all. Happy Friday for liking and sharing my live. If anyone is in the Omaha area, I'm going to be at Mystic Fest over in Council Bluffs this weekend. Got my whole array going out there. Going to set up today. Thank you, Sarah, for sharing my live. I so appreciate you. Thank you. Happy Friday. Look at that, Miss D. She's saying good morning. She's used to helping me moderate in the mornings. I have been seeing. Aw, my name is actually Daniela. I've had the blessing. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Jen. Y'all could have road trip to come and see me. Oh, that'd been so awesome. How far are y'all from Council Bluffs, Iowa? Or if anyone's not familiar with that, it's right outside of Omaha, because there's Omaha and Council Bluffs, and there's just a river and a bridge that separates the two. And I actually live south of Omaha in a little town called Bellevue. Oh, 2-ish hours. Oh, that would have been so awesome. I love that. Sometimes when I do these events, people will like all of a sudden show up. And so, but if anyone is doing that, like driving all the way to see, let me know, because usually what happens, and I'm not saying it's going to happen this time because who knows how these events are going to go. I haven't done Mystic Fest in about 1.5 years because of cancer. But like it's first come, first serve, so people will come through and put their name on my list to be read, and then you have to wait your turn. So I've had people drive in, and they would, like say it was a Saturday, they drove in so they could have a reading on me with Saturday, but by the time they got here, my Saturday slots were already filled. I always feel terrible when that happens, and because they're a first come, first serve kind of thing. But I would have put you on the list. You just have to be there on time. Like if you're not there when you're on the list, then you lose your slot because time. Yeah, they're doing the Mystic Fest again in the spring. They do it they do it twice a year. They do it in the fall around October, and in the spring, I can't remember when the spring day is, honestly. May or something, like I said, I haven't done it in 1.5 years because of cancer, stupid ass cancer, right? Right, stupid cancer? Dee is very familiar with that. She lost her dear sweet soulmate husband to cancer. That's how I met her. All right, I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you being here today. Thank you. All right, let's see. Miss Sarah, let's give you a reading today. A card reading. I want to start with some cards. Miss Sarah. Are you not working today, Sarah? I think usually I'm live when you're working. All right, here we go, Miss Sarah. I'm going to do a card reading. I say your name, and right there it said, y'all can probably hear it make a weird noise. It was saying, stop, no more. All right. Yeah, so we're. All right, Miss Sarah. The first card we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is about taking time out and sitting with your own thoughts to know what you are thinking, to know yourself. It's right on the cusp of the Five of Swords, which is really about trouble in your thoughts. So it makes sense that someone is bothering your thoughts. You're kind of having to defend yourself against them. And this is a sign to really, it's funny, I'm sorry. Raina said, is there any advice from a spirit guide? I don't know why I just channeled one for one of my clients. Like, they came to me for mentorship, and we don't usually I don't do channeling in my mentorship. Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry. Now, the next card is very positive, though. So y'all must be working on it. Y'all must be really trying to decide what you're going to do and where you're going. Because the next card is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is about abundance in your material walk on this planet. And this does not always mean money. This is about having stability, knowing who you are as a person, who your family is. And the end, you know, Sarah, I know right now what I'm about to say to you is not probably going to ring true because I can feel it. But ending with the King of Cups, I feel very positive. I feel, you know, you have the Ten of Pentacles and then you have the King of Cups. They are both very positive cards when it comes to relationships. Like these two, I was like, oh, you can hear me. I was like, you're really going to have to sit with yourself. You're having to defend yourself. Like, instability in your walk on this planet, you know, not great. But then the next two are really, they went in this order. Really positive. You're going to have abundance. See, the King of Cups. Cups is about relationship. The King is about the male dominant figure in your life when it comes to, I'm sorry, I just read a comment on here and I was asking Spirit. I see a lot of positivity, Miss Sarah. I know that it doesn't feel right, but I see a lot of positivity coming your way. So whenever I say that, I see a lot of positivity coming your way. When is this turbulence going to be over? Aw, thank you, Virginia. When is this turbulence going to be over for Sarah? Is it going to be more than a month? 2 weeks? You know, I'm seeing in about 2 weeks, you're going to have some stability. You're starting to get stronger footing. Now, in 2 weeks, is everything going to be great and sunshine and rainbows? No, I'm not seeing that, of course. I mean, who really has sunshine and rainbows all the time? But I am feeling that you're going to feel a stronger footing. You're going to have more confidence in who you are and understand where you're headed in a couple of weeks. Thank you, Jen, for sharing my live. I very much appreciate you. Now, someone says on here, like, will I be channeling today? I wasn't quite sure what you meant by that. Are you talking about just like spirit led? Or are you talking about, am I going to channel? Do y'all understand the difference? Thank you, Miss Sarah. Because I think it's funny that channeling has come up so much because I have started doing it more and more, and I don't typically do a lot of channeling, but I've been doing it more and more, and I just came out of a channel. All right. The best way to get a reading with me is on my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. That way, that's the way that you are going to, channel a spirit. I still don't know if you mean spirit-led or if you mean just grabbing like a, I was trying to say, I was tapping, so what I was doing is I was tapping into where I get guides and angels and that type of things, like, am I being led to channel? Because it's funny, this person is using that word channel. Y'all don't ever say channel to me. Y'all usually say spirit-led. D's like, something's going on here. There's some weird energy going on right here. Okay, D, am I being called to channel? Let's see.
I still think it's spirit-led.
You think it's spirit-led?
Yeah.
All right. I am actually going to channel for a second. And then I'm going to come back to spirit-led. Okay, so what channeling is when I allow a spirit to kind of come into me. So the difference you see when I do channeling as opposed to spirit-led is you will hear me say, I, when I am really meaning the person that I am channeling. Okay, this is not who I thought I was going to channel. I don't usually channel this person. I have before. I don't do it a lot. I usually channel people's guides or Jesus or Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. Those are the ones that I usually channel. This is Raphael. Okay, again, what you're going to see the difference in a Raphael is this message will not be for one individual. It will be a group message. And when I say things like it means I am channeling. I'm speaking for Raphael. Okay, just give me a second here. I have come to divulge a warning. The times are getting turbulent. Each person, each and every individual has a role to play in the upcoming times. The times are going to get turbulent. There is fear-mongering going on. You're going to see an uprising in governments overstepping their bounds. It is no mistake that y'all are here, that you are hearing this message. It is time to have your words known, your feelings known. The governments that are coming into power are going to walk over the Constitution, the document you Americans call and hold so dear. There will be a trampling of footsteps on the freedoms that are held within this document. These words do not come to you to give you fear. These words come to you to empower you. It is when those who have been sitting on the sidelines decide to stand up that the difference will be made. It is time to prepare. Everyone is so worried about who they're going out with Friday night, who they're talking to, who is texting them. Take your blinders off. It is time to see the bigger picture. A bigger picture where you have the power. It is time to start unveiling who you are, to not play by the rules of society, to stop being led down a path by a nose ring. It is time to step into your divine feminine. Everyone has it, even the males. It is time for you to have the power that has been given to you as a human being walking this planet. These tides will not turn until every single person steps into their divine power. The divinity lives in each and every one of you. You forget that. You feel small. You feel inconsequential. You feel you do not have the power to make a change. Where do you think the power comes from? It comes from the divine being on this planet. Where is the divine on this planet? It is in each and every one of you. It is time to start banding together. It is time to start getting off the sidelines. You are about to face some rough times in this country. Worldwide, but this country is not used to facing what you're about to face. You have been insulated. You do not have to defend your borders. You will. You will defend your borders. You will defend your freedoms. It is not the military who you should be looking for to defend you. It is within. It's time to find your voice. It is no accident. This is coming. This message is coming at an election. There are going to be huge revolutions when it comes to who gets to vote and who doesn't. Check. Check your paperwork. People will be showing up to polls expecting to vote and be turned away. There are energies at play here. There are energies at play which I have not faced before. It is time to start spreading the word. It is time to step into your role in this society. It is time for you to step into your power. Power which resides within the divine which is in you. You say, they need to fix it. The they is you. Your power is going to be different than your neighbor's power. Do not follow in the footsteps of your neighbor. Not that you won't have a leader. Find someone who resonates with you. Not as a political figure, but someone who can help you find who you are at a soul level. It is time. Each and every one of you will begin to have synchronicities to verify this message. You are all different people. You will all get different synchronicities. The synchronicities will be ones that resonate with you. What resonates with you will not resonate with your neighbor. The time is now. All right. Thank you, Amanda. Amanda's like, I scrolled here and now I can't leave. All right. Yes, that was channeling. Not something I normally do. I mean, I do, but not out in public. I channel quite a bit. I just don't do it out in public. You're very welcome. All right, let's see what we got going on for spirits today. The first person stepping up is a gentleman, and he definitely has a sense of humor, because as we were talking, he's like, how am I supposed to follow that? And as we're talking, it's 222, which is an angel number. So, it's no mistake. I was like, oh, how long did that take? Because I'm on a timeline. You know, Christy's always on a timeline. I may be spiritual, but got time. I got a schedule. And so I looked at it, says it's 222. And your twos overall tend to represent resilience, unity, structure. And so when you think about structure, think about the ability to be resilient within that structure. It is about, you know, the Spirit is showing me a tree swaying. It will bend but not break. Okay, so we have a gentleman stepping up. This gentleman has a grandfather energy, but he was called by Pawpaw or Papa, something like that. This gentleman is showing me that he played the grandfather role perfectly, but as a dad, he wasn't so great. He liked to play checkers. He's showing me playing checkers. He liked to play checkers. He is showing me that he was a pillar in his community. And he wasn't someone who held a role of like a mayor or something like that, but people did come to him and ask advice He was definitely the leader of his family. He lived to be pretty old. I'm hearing, so I was going to say he lived to be pretty old, and he's like, watch it, because apparently the age I'm about to say, there are some people in here who are either close to that or have people that are close to that. But he was either in his 80s or very close to being in his 80s. He never went completely bald. He is showing me having very thinning hair, and it was white, but he didn't go bald. It wasn't like a thick head of hair. It was thinning and white, which typically, by the time you're that old, you're losing it. He is showing me he even lived to see great-grandbabies. He's from the South. I was like, what is he showing me? It took me a minute to, he was from the South. I'm hearing that there's a certain feel that you get when you're in the South, when it's one of those hot summer days and you walk outside and it's so still and you get the locusts and crickets get going.
Chelsea.
All right, Miss Chelsea. Pop, pop, that would make sense. Oh. All right, Miss Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea, down, you don't have, I'm not sure if you're not enough followers or you are private, but it's not letting me ask you to go live. So down on the bottom, you have the guests, the 2 people. Please click on that and ask me to go live. Oh, there we go. Good job, Chelsea. You figured it out. Chelsea did a good job. Did a good job. Oh, I'm echoing. I can hear myself. Oh, I hate hearing my voice.
Oh,
Where are you located, Chelsea?
I'm in Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri.
Missouri. My moderator just came in and he was like rushing in here and he saw D and he just backed right back out.
He did.
Yeah, usually he was supposed to help me. It's a long story. He got off late, so I pulled D in, and he comes running in here with his computer, and then he backed up.
Okay.
Okay, so now you thought this was your you think this is your grandfather?
Well, not necessarily. My late fiance, he was called Pop Pop. He's from Florida, from the South.
Oh.
So he was from a small town community. Not mayor related, but was very well loved down there. And he was the strongholder of our family.
And that was your late fiance. That's what threw me off because people don't usually refer to their late fiance as a Pop Pop.
Well, yeah, he was 15 years older than I. So here I am with his 2 now grandbabies. So
You sound so young.
well, thanks. Yeah, I'm 34. So yeah. But
Okay, so now there is one detail that I want to, I'm not saying this is, I feel like we're with the right person here, but there's a detail that he showed me that I want to figure out what it meant. He's showing me the 80s. What is this 80s that he's showing me? 79 to 80. What is he showing me there? Do you know what that means?
I do not.
Who was born in 79 to 80 in that gap, 1979 to 1980? Who was born then?
I don't know. He was born in 75.
75.
Mm-hmm.
Who was born in 79? You don't have to know, but I'm leaving it to you to research and then message me and let me know because it will make me crazy.
Will. Yeah, it will. It's going to make me crazy too. But there's something that's leaning, me to that you were.
Yeah, no. I'm hearing 79 to 80, and he's having me look down there on. So get back to me when you figure that out. Like message me on TikTok or email me or whatever, and let me know what that means because I'm interested tomorrow. He is talking about when he passed that he had not been feeling well for a while. Were you aware of that?
I am, yeah.
And he didn't go to the doctor. Like he wasn't feeling well, but he didn't go to the doctor when he should have.
That's right.
He's also telling me that he could never figure out. These are his words, not mine. I don't care about y'all's age difference, but these are his words. He's like he could never figure out what you wanted with an old coot like him. But it's funny he's calling himself an old coot. Did he use those words with you?
He associated his young death to being old, and it shouldn't have happened to him.
Right. Right. Absolutely. He wants you to know that, for one thing, he is saying his big regret is y'all didn't get married. There was some financial issues that you've had because y'all were not married. Do you know what he's referencing?
Absolutely.
And he's referencing that the piece of paper to y'all didn't really matter. But he's being funny. I'm not saying that I agree with this again. He's saying the stupid government doesn't care about love. The stupid government cares about pieces of paper.
That's exactly what he said. Because I had no help because we weren't married, and no, we agreed none of it ever mattered. Just our love. No, none of the piece of paper never never mattered at all. That was exactly him.
Not to y'all, but it certainly matters to the government.
Right.
And so that is a message that he's wanting me to push it out. So now this is just for the collective, whoever is watching this. I want y'all to listen to what Chelsea's late fiance said. And she said, yes, he used to say that all the time, is that a lot of people are getting away from me being married. And I don't care, honestly. I don't care. Spirit doesn't care. The government cares. So if you want your person left behind to have some government benefits from your passing, get the piece of paper.
Right.
It does not signify love. It signifies the government's going to help you.
Yeah.
He is, as I'm saying that, he's saying, preach it. And then he's teasing me and he said, girl, you belong on a podium. And he showed me like being in a church. I can get on a little tangents over some things, and that's one of them. He also wants me to let you know that was absolutely a visitation during your dream the other day when he came to visit you. You didn't make it up. It wasn't you being stressed. It wasn't you wanting him to visit you. It was him visiting you.
Wow.
He's also letting me know that he's showing me a yard that is kind of messed up. Like, it needs to be watered. It needs to be taken care of. And he is saying, who cares? Just let it go. Is that your yard he's showing me?
Yeah, my old yard that I stressed over so much. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He's saying, who cares? Just let it go.
Yeah, he totally hated me working on it while he was sick. Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah. So he is also teasing me because my husband is OCD about our yard. Like, I could care. I mean, I don't want it looking like trash, but there's some, I don't care. It's grass, it's a yard, whatever.
Yeah.
And he is saying that's right. And you just, it was some of that nervous energy, Chelsea, and he's wanting you to understand that there is no looking back and feeling guilty over anything that you did. You had to have something to do. You had to be doing something that you could control because you could not control what was happening to him. And you were about to lose your mind.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was trying to distract. I would run away to the yard when I could.
Yes, and he is saying, I get it now. And there's no guilt associated with that. So you must look back at that time and think, what was I doing? I should have been in the house with him. And he's saying, no. He's saying, no, I completely get it that you had to save yourself. You had to get it off your mind.
Yeah.
And he is saying, he didn't think it when he was on planet, but now that he's over there, he's looking and saying, watching him die was harder than dying. And he is saying he's sorry that you carry those memories with you.
Yeah. I sighed relief after he passed. Absolutely. Anticipatory grief was much harder than the death was for me. I feel sad about that. I feel like it that I didn't initially do enough initiative. Was so much saddened during the journey.
There was no saving him. There wasn't. Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you, Christy.
Of course. All right, he did a good job. For anyone watching, I have been putting out. I just flung water on me. That's nice. Hopefully it dries because in a little I'll have to go set up for Mystic Fest. I want on my website, if you go to my website and there's a thing going across the top and there is more over to the right, there's a blog post. I've been blogging about grief. I've had put out a couple of recent articles about grief, and I have another one that will be probably go out tomorrow or Sunday. So, it's just helpful to arm yourself with information, what you're going through and what you can expect. So go check that out if you're interested. It's, on my website, all to the right, more, click on that and go down to blog. There is a lady stepping up. I'm sorry. A lady stepping up, and I'm hearing the name Sally around her. This lady is showing me, she's popping all over the place. What are you explaining for a second? Like usually by the time grief is paralyzing. Usually by the time I start talking, they've settled down and started sending me messages, and she was popping all over the place. So that must mean something. What does that mean? Okay, so we have a lady here. Her name is Sally, and she's showing me that she was a little bit all over the place with her thoughts. Like it was, sometimes she could say that most outlandish things, and I'm not talking, I know. People probably say that about me, and when I'm hanging out with my friends or we're talking spiritual things, you're in the Divine Collective or something, some of the things we talk about. But it was more of, she just would say things that people could not even comprehend. She was all over the place with her thoughts. A lot of nervous energy. I just feel that, and she used to bite her nails. She's showing me biting her nails. She always wanted pretty nails, but she bit them. And she's showing me always having short nails. And I'm feeling embarrassed about them. Like I want to kind of hide my hands because I'm embarrassed about how my nails looked. I'm asking her, I was like, I have acrylics. So it's like, why don't you just get acrylics? She can't bite those bad boys. And they weren't a thing when she was on. Now almost everyone has their nails done. So many people do. It's not a big deal anymore. But she was saying it wasn't done. So doing her nails wasn't a thing. This lady, though she was not diagnosed, she's not leading me to believe she was diagnosed with a mental incapacity. She certainly had some mental instability about her. She was definitely all over the place with her thoughts. She had depression. Sometimes it was hard for her to get out of the bed. She is showing me just dragging herself out and not having any energy. And then she was judged for that. Judged by her family. She did smoke. She's showing me like sitting at a kitchen table smoking and, picking at her nails. Okay, let me recap. If this person is yours, I'm sorry, there was a gentleman stepping up and he was getting my attention. Why are you butting in, dude? Okay, real quick, this gentleman completely interrupted. It's very unusual for a spirit to do that. Usually they wait their turn. But this gentleman, for whatever reason, I don't know if there's someone on here who's about to leave. I'm going to tell you their name real quick, and then we'll come back to him because I want to finish this lady. It's a gentleman. I'm hearing the name Wayne. Or W-A. Anyway. Okay, back to this lady. This lady, I'm hearing the name Sally around her. She's telling me that she had a lot of nervous energy. She was all over the place with her thoughts. I don't think she was officially diagnosed with any kind of mental incapacity, but she's certainly, looking back, you would recognize, if you knew her well, you would recognize, oh, this lady, she had depression. She was a little bit scatterbrained. She was definitely a different person you never knew who you were going to get out of her, is what I'm trying to say. You can meet her one day and what was the email? I'm hearing the name Wayne around him, but I'm just having him on hold. I'm not bringing him up until I'm finished with this lady, but he like charged in. This lady, she had some depression. She's showing me, couldn't hardly get out of her bed. It could be Sandy, definitely an SA name, but it could be Sandy. And she's showing me smoking and picking her nails. She always wanted to have pretty nails, and she was never able to do it. Not Susie, definitely an SA name. So it could be Sandy or Sally, but I'm hearing SA. She's also letting me know she was very thin. She was always thin. And just a worry wart. It became her, oh, your aunt was a nail tech. Isn't that funny? I love that because she is, like, that was such a huge identifying factor. So spirits will do that. Like if someone thinks, oh, that might be my aunt or whoever. And she's like, no, I bit my nails. I wished I had nice nails. So if this is your spirit, please put a yes. I'm good. How are you, Miss Brianna? Thank you. All right, we are going to bring up the next gentleman. I'm just going to put this lady on hold for just a moment. We're going to bring up this next gentleman. I'm hearing the name Wayne around him. No or no L, but he had an accent, so it would sound like a W sound. Let me finish describing him and we'll see if he matches. I'll take it if the rest of the information matches. So let's see what we have here. He is stepping up and letting me know that he was always very particular about doing the right thing. It was important to him what other people thought about him at an integrity level. He's also, he wants to look nice. He wants to have his hair like done just so. And though he wanted his clothes to look nice and he felt like they looked nice, it was one of those things where sometimes he's dropping my husband in the other day. He came in, my husband was like, do these two grays match? Well, just the fact you asked me that if those two grays match tells me right there they're not going to. You cannot wear gray and gray unless they're exact. And so it was that kind of thing. Like he thought that he was looking nice, but it was just sometimes his color choices, the clothing he's put together. Starch pants, yep. Okay, very good. You're like, that's a little bit too much. All right, lovely darling. I'm about to ask you to go live. Hi, Jennifer. Hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm all right.
And what is your name?
My name is Rachel
Hi, Rachel. Where are you located?
in Texas.
Texas. Very good. So did this gentleman wear a lot of khakis?
Not khakis, but starched pants, yes.
That kind of material that,
Like thick.
yeah. Also, so he's given me, he showed me his pants, so I'm not sure which part of these fit. They're very, like, he's showing me sticks, he could almost stand them up on their own. And they had pleats in them when pleats really weren't the thing.
Yep.
Okay, very good. I just needed to make sure once you got on here that we got more information from him. He's letting me know that this gentleman had a heart of gold, and he could not understand, like he had such pride in America.
Yeah, I can
And
see that.
and he's also letting me know he was smart in a way that he almost, sometimes when people are really smart, they don't get sarcasm.
Yeah, he was smart and funny though, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he was funny, but there's something about that sarcasm which he didn't always get. Sometimes he did, but a lot of times he didn't realize people would be joking.
Oh, okay. Kind of, maybe.
Yeah. He's also letting me know, did you work with him?
No, not work with him.
Why is he showing me an office? He's showing me an office with filing cabinets and computers, and he's walking down an aisle, and on each side are these desks with the computers, and there's some filing cabinets, and he's saying hi to people. I'm seeing that he had a really good friend he worked there with.
Yeah, that would probably be him in his daily working life.
Okay, very good. That was very important to him. He wouldn't have shown it to me if it wasn't really important to him.
Yes.
The family and relationships he built at his job were very important to him.
Yes.
He is showing, also he is showing me just, I had ignored it because I wasn't sure how it played into the picture and it didn't seem like it was significant. But he showed it to me 3 times now, is bringing coffee to people, but not in a subservient kind of way, in a kind way. You could be sitting there, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm in the middle of this project. I wish I had something to drink. And the next thing you know, you turn around and there's a drink on your desk.
He worked with the health department, so yeah, maybe.
Okay. He is telling me that he shows me you sitting on a couch and you're watching TV, and you have a specific way of sitting. You have one leg down, one leg up, and I'm doing it like you can see. So here, you see how one leg is down, one is crossed.
Yeah.
And you kind of sit with one hand kind of between your legs, and you'll play with your phone with the other.
Okay, like that he's describing that I would sit like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when spirits describe how people sit and things like that, is a sign that they are around you. I do not let spirits step up and say, tell them I'm around. They have to prove it. And so he did it by showing this very specific way that you sit. He's also showing me you have a pair of sweatpants. They're like your go-to. And it's not like you don't have other ones, but you have this go-to. Anytime they are clean or even halfway clean, they're on your body the second that you can be in your house.
Yeah.
And he loves that. Like, they are your comfort. He is showing me how people have security blankets. This is where he's being funny and teasing you. You have security pants.
That's funny.
It's these pants that you put on, and you're instantly like, all the stress leaves your body when you can get these pants on yourself.
Yeah, comfy sweats. Yeah.
Yes. He's also letting me know he's been making a door squeak in your house. Have you noticed a door moving? Like you thought a door was closed and then it was open. Have you noticed that?
That is so crazy. We've had squeaky doors forever, and I just recently WD-40'd the entire house, and all the doors were fine, but this one, which is our bathroom one, the main one, started squeaking again. I'm like, I just oiled it up. How is this doing this again? So that is crazy. Yes.
Yeah, so I would say this gentleman has done an excellent job of proving that he is around you. He is also...
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a newborn here, so...
Oh, baby cries. Those are so sweet. He is talking about, I was about to say, something has happened in your life to set you off to start looking at your life differently, to start discovering what else is out there, and really start pulling back the layers of healing some generational trauma that has come into your life.
Sorry, could you repeat that last bit?
Generational trauma, healing generational trauma. Do you know what he's referencing?
I just published a children's book about it, actually.
Oh, very good.
Goodness.
So yes, an acknowledgement that you are on the right path and you have done the right thing. What is the name of your book? Let's give you a shout out.
Well, thank you. It's Ollie the Magical Owl. And it was actually because he was my father. You're describing my father who passed, and my kiddos were having a hard time dealing with grief. So decided to create a book to help them and give them coping mechanisms. But that's exactly what it kind of hits as well. So that is wild to me.
Very good. Very proud of you for doing that. This is only the beginning of your journey. He is showing me that it's kind of scraping the surface. Where can people find your book?
Oh my goodness. It's on Amazon, and that's paperback, and the hardback should come to Barnes and Noble soon. I mean, it's like I said, I made it for my kids, but my friends were like, you need to publish it. It might help others, but I'm just so blown away here.
So, for Ollie the Magical Owl, for anyone who is looking for a book to help their kids along that grief journey. So, I want to tell you that your dad has done a really good job. He gave really specific, excellent information. We appreciate him today. And thank you for joining me, Rachel.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I've never had a reading before, so this is all new to me.
Oh my goodness. Oh, very good. Well, I would
you
say
so
your dad
much.
did a really good job. Thank you. All right. So I love it when that happens. Her dad was very specific, and he did a good job of proving he was around her and acknowledging that she has published this book. How fabulous is that? All right. I am going to head over to Instagram. So if anyone wants to continue this, I'm going to head over there and be live over there for just a little while. I know I took some of the time that I normally have spent reading and channeled. So if anyone's interested in seeing that channel again, I don't even remember what I said. I usually don't. It will be on YouTube. My TikTok lives get loaded up to YouTube, so it will be there. All right. See y'all. Anyone who wants to join me over on Instagram.